And moving on, Philippines President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., who is on a 5-day India visit, received a ceremonial welcome at the forecourt of Rashtrapati Bhavan. The visiting President Marcos reaffirmed the alliance and the partnership the two nations share in strengthening the bond. Well, the leader also said that Indo-Pacific is the correct evolution of Asia-Pacific. And right up on your screens, you can see the president receiving a guard of honor at the forecourt of the Rashtrapati Bhavan this morning. You're seeing visuals of the Rashtrapati Bhavan, where Philippines President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. was accorded a ceremonial reception this morning, just a little while back.
It is a reaffirmation of the alliance and the partnership that we are strengthening. Where we used to refer to the Asia-Pacific region, we now refer to as the Indo-Pacific region, which is I think, a correct evolution of that understanding because of the global nature of all of politics and of all of trade and all of the economy. And to build upon what we already have had, but certainly to explore the many opportunities that have arisen in the past few years because of the new technologies and the changing state of the global economy and the geopolitics around us now.
And for more on the President's visit, we are joined by Akshay Dongre. Well, Akshay, what key objectives are expected to be achieved during President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s 5-day state visit to India? And how does it align with the 75th anniversary of the diplomatic relations between the two countries? Tell us about the significance of the visit.
Well, Lipakshi, it's a major visit, especially the first state visit by President Marcos to India. He has come with the First Lady here, along with a big delegation from journalists to businessmen, policymakers, and other leaders from the government of Philippines. So this clearly seems to be a major turning point as far as India's ties with Philippines is concerned, that have always been friendly. And as you rightly mentioned, we are celebrating 75 years of diplomatic ties with the country. But there has been a lot of scope as far as the two countries are concerned, be it in terms of trade, in terms of defense, in terms of maritime security, in terms of maritime economy. And there are other areas such as, tourism, pharmaceutical industry, healthcare, education. So there is a lot of scope that the two countries can work upon, can strengthen their cooperation in, and especially it's not just about the objectives or the benefits that the two countries have or can have with strengthened ties. They can also ensure security of their maritime borders as well. As President Marcos, while speaking to the media today in the morning at Rashtrapati Bhavan, said that with the changing geopolitical landscape around the world, new alliances are forming, new countries are coming together, are enhancing their trade, enhancing their cooperation, enhancing the security apparatus. So all of these are the areas where the two countries can have significantly closer cooperation and better ties as far as bringing the two countries closer together. Back to you, Lipakshi.
Right. Akshay, you were mentioning that both the countries could come together as far as trade is concerned. In what ways might President Marcos Jr.'s visit contribute to strengthening the strategic cooperation, especially in sectors such as defense, trade and maritime security?
Well, India and Philippines have had, defense ties. The Philippines has imported a lot of Indian defense equipment over these last several years as well. And when it comes to, maritime borders, India and Philippines both are maritime powers in their respective regions. When it comes to the Indian Ocean region, it's India. In Indo-Pacific region, it's Philippines. Philippines also historically close ally of the US. and has had close ties with several countries in the region, especially with its Asian partners. So when it comes to the maritime borders or the maritime security, freedom of navigation, freedom of traveling, freedom of trade is of paramount importance to both India and Philippines in their respective seas, in their respective maritime borders. So the countries can come closer together with enhanced defense ties, with enhanced defense exchanges, with more regular defense exercises. So that is the defense aspect of it. But there is also trade involved. Then clearly, India has a lot to share in terms of expertise with Philippines. Philippines has a lot to share in terms of maritime economy with a country like India, with the Philippines having a very, very developed maritime economy. It can share its own expertise in tourism, in other sectors as well. In India, with the pharmaceutical powerhouse in the world, and other sectors as well, it can share its own worldview as well as expertise, and that can rather enhance the cooperation between the two countries and bring the people together as well. With this 5-nation tour that has started from today and will not only be concentrated in New Delhi, but President Marcos will also be visiting Bengaluru and other places in the country with his delegation, especially the business delegation, that will look at India to enhance ties in terms of trade.
All right, Akshay, thank you so much.